I was standing with a guy today at work, and he comes up and he makes a reference, and he goes, he happens to be a Muslim. He comes up and he goes, I thank my God. And I'm thinking, do you know him? Or do you know him through someone who knows him intimately? Let's break it down. Okay. I don't care if you're a Muslim, Episcopalian. I don't care if you're a Buddhist, a Hindi, a Christian. I don't care what you are. Are you saying you know God because you know someone who knew him intimately? Imagine you're coming up to the commissioner of baseball, or the commissioner of the DOT, or the commissioner of basketball or hockey, but you don't really know him. You know somebody who knows him. All right. Let's say Governor Murphy. I'm in New Jersey. Let's say I know somebody who knows Governor Murphy intimately. Can I say that I know him? Think about it. This person is saying, my God. Well, really? I don't care if you're Episcopalian, you're Muslim, Hindi, Baptist, Lutheran, full gospel. I don't care what you are. Do you know God because you knew somebody who knew him? And it compounded, the guy's not walking the earth anymore. It's amazing that we say we can serve God because we know somebody. I don't serve Murphy. I don't know. I'm not in his administration. I'm a poor slob that gets up every day, goes to work, pays my taxes, and I come home. I'm not in his administration. I don't carry out his orders, make sure they're done to the cross of the T, the dot of the I. But yet, I don't care who you are. Do you know God? That when in your time of need, you can reach out to him because you know somebody who knew him? And that's what a prophet is, man. Prophet's a person who knew God intimately. And instead of you seeking God intimately, you're looking to the prophet. Are you serious? You're looking for the person who proclaims themselves to be God. Inspiration by a spiritual person. And you're telling me you know that spiritual person because you know somebody who knew him in a spiritual way? I don't care how glorious, magnificent that person is, or his intimate relationship with his God or his father. Amen. I know Abraham. I read his book. I see what he's doing. I can't say I know him. And if I got to know God, I would know him. Please listen. Like he knew God. Different plan, right? But it took the death of Jesus Christ for God to know me. There's no doubt that God speaks to us, whether you're Hindi, Muslim, or Christian, right? It is, will God confirm the word or you, right? Because you know somebody who knows him, or you know him intimately. Because when it comes down to a life and death situation, and you need to reach out to somebody, that through him, that flesh and blood person who walked the earth, you're going to go to God. Do you know him intimately now? Or do you know someone who knew him intimately? Big difference, right? I was struggling in the church I was going to, the synagogue, the temple, whatever you want to call it. And I looked at that person. I said, I don't think he really knows God too well intimately, like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, like Elijah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Matthew. I didn't know that he knew God as intimately as these people just because he was quoting the scriptures. And maybe that happens in your church, synagogue, temple, or whatever you want to call it, where you congregate. And you say you're God because you know somebody who knew him. Is that why you can say you're God? Because you serve him, because you knew somebody who knew him intimately? Because I guarantee you, in your time of need, you're not knowing God at all. And that's why people are frustrated. That's why people go with the flow. When God hasn't confirmed the word for you, you see, if that person is following God, God will confirm it when you seek him, when you need a touch of his hand to lift you up, to bring you out, to deliver you. So we can look at instances or whatever history that we're looking at. When they needed God the most, and it's not through their power or their might, God gave them direction intimately, spoke to them. So what are you doing? Are you seeking God intimately? Do you know him because you sought him as the person that you're following sought him? No difference. God didn't create this person that you're following and give him special power to know him. Each one of my kids were birth of my wife, their mother, with no greater gift to get to know their father than the next one that was born. But it was their responsibility that if you wanted to know what I thought, to come to me personally. So if they're in trouble, if they're confused, maybe the wisdom of my years or the wisdom that God has given me, I could help them. But I'm not going to help them because I knew somebody. They're not going to be helped because they knew somebody who knew me. They're going to come directly to me. So you're wondering why you're frustrated. As I was frustrated. I didn't know anywhere to go but to keep reading the scriptures, keep interpreting what God meant, what the prophet meant, what the prophet did, what I can do from here, what I can do from there. I'm not going to know God's plan for my life to give me peace. I know everyone needs peace in this world. This is a rough and tumbly world. Things are upside down. But can you say you know God? Because in that time of need, God forbid that you don't know God the way he knew God.